So one of the reasons I think Xbox has been able to survive in such a very difficult market is because they have a good understanding of the way the gaming industry works. Many might say that they're third place or they have money infused from Microsoft, whatever. At the end of the day, we're also very aware that if it wasn't for their knowledge of the gaming industry, they probably wouldn't even still know how to spend the money, because if you made that claim, I mean, where did PlayStation get $3 billion to buy Bungie from? Was it from their war chest, or was Sony not dad that provided that money? Now, could be from PlayStation, but highly doubt it. Let's look into today's video with a much more critical eye in terms of PlayStation's business strategy. One of my audience members was spot on. He pointed something out that I've basically seen and I've been talking about for a while, and that is that PlayStation is very good at brand messaging and brand management. He said this in his comment. He said, for Sony, it's all about optics. Sony doesn't like to appear weak. All these deals make the brand appear like it has all the games and it appears to be the most popular and best place to play. This is in regard to a lot of the games that they've money hatted. That's a third-party games that they've money hatted as exclusives. Now, many of you know my stance on exclusivity and exclusives. I don't like exclusives. I don't like exclusivity. But I do also separate that from the fact that if you own a platform and you own an IP, you have the right to make a game exclusive. It is your right. However, a third-party game that's probably on its way to be a multi-platform game that you go ahead and block from other platforms makes you a scumbag company. That's what I just think. Now, whether or not you like it, it's, that's your business. But I've seen some people try to defend this. They've said, one person said in another comment, money hatting has been what's made PlayStation actually sell more consoles. That's why it's tracking better than the PS4. That's why the PS5 is actually at 60 million units, which is very funny because I think it's made my case where I've said if your platform needs to go and block a game from other platforms for it to grow, then your platform is not worth buying on any other merits, which is why I strongly believe that PlayStation is all about the optics rather than providing value. Just until recently, when the Sony boss said that, they didn't have any IPs, a lot of people had always thought that these other IPs were basically the big thing that was going to pretty much change PlayStation. But reality is that a lot of these other third-party games that have been money hatted are all making their way to PC, and even PlayStation themselves are moving to PC. And one thing that actually finally cracked the entire mirage, or I guess I'll say facade, was when the PlayStation CEO was saying that he hopes that PC gamers who play exclusives would maybe one day adopt a PS5. Even PC Gamer, which, I mean, right? They said a PC Gamer is more favorable in some cases towards PlayStation. They said this. Sony hopes PC gamers who wait years for Epic exclusives to come to Steam out of spite will buy PS5s for exclusive sequels. No, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Perhaps as a PC guy that has extra money to blow and doesn't want to have the, biggest and baddest GPU out there, maybe they're going to go take $500 and give to Sony. When Nvidia is there providing you delicious frames and AMD is saying, hey man, come take more cores, why would you go do that? It's simply an anti-consumer practice. It's simply something that doesn't benefit even the PlayStation players. Now, dear PlayStation players, do you see how Bloodborne is now almost going to become a PC 60 FPS exclusive if these folk actually go ahead and emulate the darn thing? While Sony is sitting there and instead of taking the money that they could use to put into the game, they're dilly-dallying, doing all kinds of random stuff, wanting to bring games like Concord, Fair Games, and other live service games that don't even appeal to a lot of their PlayStation fan base. Even the PlayStation fan base that's busy playing Call of Duty and FIFA that would sometimes cut back and play a God of War game is probably going to still sit on other titles down the road because the facade is starting to be over. In fact, the news right now that Final Fantasy might be going to Xbox is one that I'm waiting for, because it will confirm what I've been saying for a very long time. If it goes through, if this actually happens, it's going to be basically one more, to the Hall of Fame from, the things I've been saying, because I know there are a lot of people that have been doubting me, and I have receipts towards that. Don't worry, I've already captured the screenshots. Don't try to go back to my Final Fantasy videos and delete your comments. Nope. We're going to sit here and tell everybody how the gaming industry is changing. The trend and the trajectory that we're seeing things is the reality right now. Every single company needs money. Even if they make a whole bunch of money, they like to have a big war chest every single time. It makes shareholders feel all warm inside. So if PlayStation is going to farm more dollars, then this hope that they have needs to change. Like, it needs to be, you know what? We're going to stop hoping on these PC players. We're just going to take it day and date to the platform that's going to buy games, because that's exactly what it is. I mean, as much as I've been seeing a lot of the comments talking about Starfield, because I've made some videos this week talking, saying Starfield is this, and, just talking about it being back in the news, I've seen some other people come out and start saying, haha, Starflop and blah, blah, blah. When in reality, that game went on PC on the first day, and its early access sold a huge number of copies. Just that alone ended up being in the Steam top revenue charts for 2023, while all over the place, they're looking for people that are going to buy PlayStation games. I mean, you already were swearing up and down that Xbox players don't buy games, which is a lie, because if they didn't buy games, why is PlayStation money hatting and blocking Stellar Blade? Why are they money hatting and blocking, allegedly, Black Myth Wukong? Why are they money hatting and blocking Final Fantasy VII Remake ABC? Why are they allegedly blocking Final Fantasy VI? What, allegedly? No. Why are they blocking Final Fantasy 16 from going to Xbox? It's simply because they know that Xbox players are buying games, and they want to basically pull those players to their platform, because they don't have as much as they need from the PlayStation side. So right now, what I think PlayStation fans need to be doing is holding PlayStation accountable to providing value on their platform, giving them games that are within the ecosystem that PlayStation provides, not just going ahead and money hatting games that eventually make their way to Game Pass after it's all been dried up anyways and nobody really cares. Because again, I can show you most of them. I mean, was it not Death Stranding? That was what was it? Death Stranding. It was a timed exclusive, and then eventually came to Game Pass. And then there was Sifu, and then there was where's my list? I got a list here, guys. Hold on. Let me show you guys a list, because, without the list, you guys are going to think I'm making this stuff up. There was Sifu. There was the Marvel Avengers Spider-Man DLC thing or whatnot. And, all of these other games, in my opinion, have not yielded anything beneficial at the end of the day. So I'm happy that, the curtain has fallen in a sense and is fallen. But when you kind of think about it, you can tell that the optics have just basically been what played for PlayStation for the most part. But now that all these games are going in droves, and the thing is, they're not just going to Xbox like, in a timely manner. The publishers are packing them and dumping on Xbox, packing them and dumping on PC. And so it's not just like, oh, this game finally just kind of slid in there. It's like, no. They drop it there with a big ad and a big, marketing thing too, to say, hey, we got you the widescreen version when they're advertising on Steam. You should see the way they're talking about DLSS and all this stuff, because they understand that selling software is where it's at. PlayStation knows that. It knows that. It knows that if Xbox sold software, Xbox would be fine. So it blocks software away from Xbox. And so I think now that many of the publishers are like, nah, you go make your own game, because you're not, you don't even have as much faith in your own platform, yet you want us to keep our games on your platform. That's just bizarre. But these are my thoughts on the matter. I'm happy that somebody also, was able to point that out in the comment section. So let me hear your thoughts as well. And hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.